75% of the global population are going to the polls this year. Your mission, should you choose to accept it, is to uncover what does it mean to investors. Of course, should you uncover any inconsistencies or untruths in what the politicians have said, they will deny everything. This tape will self-destruct in 5 seconds.
Anyway, welcome to Mission Improbable Part 2. And here we are after a landslide victory on behalf of the Labour Party. And in case you're wondering how that actually happened, quick cutaway to show you Keir Starmer's strategy. Marvellous. Now, one of the things you might have noticed from that is have another quick look and just try and listen for some kind of policy. Now, he's going to be in the process of forming a cabinet now, asking the King if he can go and form a government, all of those things. If you don't understand how that's happened, look up Oliver Cromwell and then laugh later. But what we're now going to be starting to find out are what are in fact Labour Party policies. And the one thing that you will have noticed that Keir didn't do, another quick cutaway just to show you, he didn't talk about the state of the national finances or the huge size of national debt we've accumulated that needs to be serviced. Now the problem from that is schools, hospitals, stuff like that, you have to pay for them. It's really difficult to do that if, I don't know, as a country, you haven't got any money. If basically your national debt is 85% of all the income you earn every year, no one would give you a mortgage on that kind of basis if you were actually an individual. But here we are as a government, so there you go. What this kind of implies is if you haven't got any money, you either have to not spend anything because you haven't got any money, so you can't pay for schools and hospitals and stuff like that, or you have to raise some more money. And you do that with tax.
As always with politicians, of course, it's what they don't say that matters. And this is such an edgy subject that, as you've noticed, we've had to cut away to an impromptu action shot with backing music. So, for example, what Keir hasn't said is he won't take away allowances that already exist. Like, for example, you have a little bit of capital gains tax allowance left, not a lot. And also things like entrepreneurs relief, where you might say, huh, what? Because most people won't know what it is. What he might also do is he might add VAT to things that currently are VAT exempt. So, for example, if you're paying private school fees, then there's talk about adding them there. Now, both of those together will raise reasonable sums of money, but not huge sums of money against the gargantuan level of national debt that we're carrying. Now, one of the things they have talked about, for example, is potentially bringing in a new tax, and they haven't excluded that either. So, for example, you could be asked to pay a percentage of your aggregate wealth, which is called a wealth tax. And actually, there's been some work on that. If you taxed everyone in the country 1% of their aggregate wealth over the value of their main residence, or over £1 million, actually, strangely, that would pay off almost all of the national debt across 5 years. Food for thought. Now, barring any emergencies, we won't know what they're actually going to do until somewhere around autumn, when we have the autumn budget from the Chancellor, when he's going to reveal all, and we're going to find out what the plans actually are. That will also give us some idea of what the kind of financial planning countermeasures are likely to be. But in the meantime, it's probably not wise to speculate or have any knee-jerk reactions. We want a measured response to whatever they choose to do. Now, obviously, on that basis, we'll be back with you to talk about that, and we'll speak to you next time.